Hello and welcome to another episode of the Connection Currency. Just a little bit of housekeeping, keeping disclosure. We might talk about things that trigger you here. So if there's something that triggers you, maybe jump off, watch the transcript, and then if you want to listen to us, go ahead and listen to us. We're also adults, so sometimes, I never know where a guest is going to go, and I don't record and edit. It's just as you see it. So there might be adult language. And if we talk about anything financial, it's just a general discussion. We're not financial planners, any of us on here, and we'll always let you know if we are. And if you're looking for something financial planning wise, you should always get your own private financial planner who will design something for your specific needs. So, currency. Why the connection currency? In our world full of noise and hustle, I've always believed that real growth comes from connection, not from performing, shoving business cards at each other, but from connecting on a really deeper level and getting to know each other. On this podcast, there is no right or wrong answer. I'm just really curious behind what lights businesses up, how they keep going. Because let's face it, in tough times, while some of us are still growing, and some of us might be tired, some of us are succeeding beyond our wildest dreams, but still suffering imposter syndrome. How do other people deal with those sort of things? So that's what I'm really curious about. And I'm just really hoping that I'm creating an aligned community that feels supported, connected, empowered, and there might be something inspiring here for you. And my wish here is that you get to understand some of those people I have on here better, where you can connect and collaborate with them in an authentic way. So, with that in mind, I would like to welcome a dear friend of mine who also has a sister there who might jump in and join us. And that is Peace Mitchell, the lovely Peace Mitchell, and the beautiful Katy Garner as well as there. Welcome, Peace and Katy.
Thank you so much, Robin. It's exciting to be here. And hello to all of the listeners out there tuning into the Connection Currency.
That's great. Okay, we'll kick off. So I ask the same questions of everybody. And what I'd love to know is how did you start? What's your business journey? How did that come about? Did you just decide to go into business, or was it something that happened that excited you and you became a business founder?
Yes, well, my sister Katie and I have been in business together for 17 years. It'll be 18 years this year. And we decided to start our business when our babies were young, as there just wasn't flexibility and opportunity to work part-time or work from home back then, 17 years ago. And so that really was why we wanted to get started with running our business in the first place. We had been running a non-profit organization together. There was a cyclone that hit our town. We're from a little town in far north Queensland called Innisfail. And in 2006, Innisfail was hit by Cyclone Larry, and it hugely impacted the whole community. And so we founded a non-profit organization together with a couple of friends to really help the town rebuild and to look after the social and emotional well-being of the women of the community. Because we believe that when women are well and happy and supported, that they are then better able to not only look after themselves, but to look after everyone around them as well. Women are so important in caring for young children, in looking after their partners, in looking after their neighbors and the rest of the community. And so that was where we found our why, I guess. And then we did that for about 2 years full time, running our nonprofit. And after that time, our town was kind of back on its feet enough that we thought, well, what's next? And the next thing for us was to support women everywhere. We realized that there were women like us who wanted to work from home, who were raising young kids, who wanted to start businesses, but they didn't have the support and connections that they needed to get those businesses started. And that was where AusMumpreneur was born. And we have been running AusMumpreneur since then. We run the AusMumpreneur Awards every year in September. And yeah, we've been doing it for so long, for 17 years, as I said, this year. And we've been recognising the work of Australia's best and brightest mums in business. And there's this misconception, I think, that people think of, if you're a mum and you're running a business and you're working from home, that it's some kind of a hobby.
Mm,
And what we've found over the years is that is absolutely not true. There are thousands of women running businesses from home who have multi-million-dollar businesses and have massive global brands. And so a big part of what we do with AusMumpreneur is challenging that stereotype in the media and really celebrating and highlighting the incredible work that these women are doing. And
mm,
so, yeah, we've been running AusMumpreneur for
yeah.
so long now, and it's just such a beautiful community, and we love celebrating the women and helping them get better visibility and tell the story about the businesses that they're running and why they do it and how they're helping people through the work that they do.
Yeah, I love the AusMumpreneur community, and everybody knows that. Everyone who follows this podcast knows that. I've already had some women on here that have been a part of that community or still are part of that community, and the praises that they sing you guys, like it speaks for itself. That it is a wonderful community. So tell me, with running this and you publishing books now, you've been doing
Mhm.
anthologies, you do Women Changing the World, you do lots and lots of other things, just other than the AusMumpreneur Awards, and you've run a business school as well. So, so tell me, there's obviously, we all know in businesses there's highs and lows and there's challenges. What keeps powering you on? What keeps you inspired to
Mhm.
just not give up and keep going?
I think it is the big picture vision that we have. So my sister and I are very aligned in our vision. And as I said, we found our why back in 2006. We knew that if we supported women, that women would then be the ones who would look after everyone else.
Mm,
And having that strong and clear why, I think, has been a game changer for us because we've faced plenty of hard times. We went through COVID in 2020 where we weren't able to hold any of our in-person events. And yet our community rallied. They said, it's okay, let's make it the best online event that we've ever
yep.
run. And so our community is what keeps us going, but also that vision. We know that investing in women is the number one way to change the world. And by amplifying women's voices and celebrating women and providing opportunities for women to become more visible, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's how we've
Yeah.
overcome our challenges
Yeah,
because we've
it keeps
got this
inspiring.
beautiful community.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
and
it's
motivating.
like, and no matter how hard it gets, we still want to show up for our community. And I
Yeah,
think, people who start a business just because they think they're going to make money, they're like, this is a great idea, it's going to make money. When those people hit challenges, it's much easier to quit because their
yeah,
heart's not in it. It's not the
yeah.
same. Whereas, yeah, we would do this probably even if we weren't being paid because we just love our community so much.
You,
We
I
do
always
need
say,
to be
don't tell
paid,
anybody
yes.
that. I'm the same.
And we want women to be paid as well. That's an
Yeah,
important part of what we do. So we love what we do. We love our community. And I think that's the thing that's really got us through the hard times is
yeah,
that, that strong vision we have
yeah.
for women.
Fantastic. And it shines through in bucket loads.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So like in the beginning, it would have been hard starting out and connecting with people and still connecting with the right people and doing it in an authentic way. How do you overcome, not necessarily overcome that, but how do you connect in that really authentic way?
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey because we've tried all sorts of different strategies. But what we've found, because in building a community is the most important thing, is to really have a great culture in that community. And as you were talking about before, that people have come on and they've all talked about a community as well, because we have created a really generous and kind and thoughtful community. And that's been from organic growth. And I think if we had have just blasted Facebook ads or, put Google search SEO ads on and just encouraged anybody to be part of the community, it would have it would look like a different community than the one that it is today. But we've
Yeah.
very much been focused on, particularly for our awards, encouraging people to nominate incredible women that they know. So then it is a really personal referral. It's someone saying, these awards are on, I want to nominate you, you're doing amazing work, you should be part of this community. Come, we'll go to the event together. And so that kind of organic growth has really been powerful for us. And it's that word of mouth referral. And then you're getting people who already know, like, and trust you, recommending other people who they know, like, and trust to be part of the community. And so we've done that through using social media predominantly, but also really, really relying on our community to help spread the word for us rather than paid advertising, which is just a bit hit and miss, we've found in our experience. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I've got some new clients, so I'm excited to be nominating my new clients. And I've
Amazing.
just got to say, though, I just grabbed these down from the bookcase.
Mm.
So, like, these are just
Oh,
some of your books. I don't think
thank
I've got
you.
I don't think I've got a whole set, but they're just some of your books. And when you look through the books, and there's like there's probably 20, how many women? 20 women in an anthology?
25 women in each book. And we've
And
just
they
published our 15th book, our
yeah,
15th anthology.
yeah, I've
So,
got another row of them there. So I
yeah.
can just grab those and fell down when I did, but that's all good. But they've all sung you praises. That community that you have grown is like, and I've said to you, like right from the beginning, it's like no other community. I wouldn't be part of it if it's just that normal. I
Mm.
don't do those groups, but women from these books, from these books are the ones that when I thought I would do just one a month podcast, women from these books all reached out and said to me, we want to be on your podcast. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's the community. And I know myself, it's been such a supportive community.
Mhm.
You've just got to go, oh, who does that or who knows about that? And we all ring each other and tap in and message each other and help each other. It is like I said, like even though I worked in government and corporate, I had a business from when I was 18. And I've always been a business investor, and I've never come across another networking organization, women's group community like what you have. And it's just sensational. And what you and Katie have done and how you have kept those women connected is just amazing. So
Oh, thank
tell
you.
me, what's
Mm.
next? What's next? Because I've heard I'm going to have to get a lot more books because they're all going to be individual books now. And
Yes.
what's happening? What's next?
You're going to need a bigger bookshelf, Robin.
It's a very big bookshelf.
So we are super excited. We are launching a new publishing program. It starts in August this year, where we will be working with women to publish their own standalone books. And it's a 12-month program where we support them through the whole process. So we have monthly calls where we write together, but we'll also support them through the whole editing process, publishing process, helping them with their launch strategy, and even helping them to start thinking about what's next after you launch the book, because a book is really for women who are wanting to show up and be more visible and open the door to more opportunities. A book is an incredibly powerful tool to then go into speaking. So we're wanting to talk to them about then going on to do their TED Talk, to do professional speaking, to show up in more ways, to really position themselves as leaders and experts in their field. And for that reason, we're really intentional about the women that we'll be working with. We have our publishing imprint is called Women Changing the World Press. So it is exclusively for women. And it's women who are thought leaders, change makers, and trailblazers. So the books, the genres that we publish are memoirs, so lived experience. We also publish business books and also self-help books, which are often a combination of professional expertise and lived experience. So we're really intentionally positioning women to become thought leaders and experts in their field, and to help to take them on that journey where they write their book, they publish their book, they begin speaking about their topic, and opening the door to more opportunities, as I said,
Yeah.
and getting that visibility and helping provide a platform as well. Because unlike other publishing companies, we don't just publish books, we also hold events all over the world where there's opportunities for speaking. And networking and connection. We've got a community of readers of 150,000 women around the world. We're in 97 countries now. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, we have that additional bonus, I guess, of not just being a publishing company, but also a real life community of women
Yeah.
all over the world.
Yeah, it's
Which is
wonderful.
so
And
big.
I know when, like when I've picked up one of these and I've read their anthology, I was like,
Mm.
I've only got a chapter. I'd like to know more. So,
Yes.
so this will be a way of doing that, which is fantastic, and a way of supporting women and a way of niching down to that one specific sort of, those three genres, that specific focus, um, and
Yeah.
also empowering them to speak and do those things afterwards, because there's nothing worse than they get books published and they just sit there.
Mm.
And I know because you've also been in the other awards that I'm involved in as a book judge and that, but I know
Yes.
we don't. I always feel we don't get enough business books through. Like we get a lot of fiction books
Mm.
and in that non-fiction space, and we get the odd memoir, the people's life stories and that, which is lovely, and a mix of things. But I would like to read more business books. I would like to know more about business journeys and um, where they've gone from there and how they've transcended maybe from a small business up into something a bigger organization. So that's exciting for me as well. And then being able to do that for 12 months and guide them through it, I think that's going to be of an advantage as well. So well done. I love the idea. Um, and like I love the Women Changing the World event too. I've been to those events and they're fantastic, and women from all over the world. So this is wonderful. I'm excited for this.
Thank you. Yeah, we're really excited about it as well. And yeah, taking women on that journey. You spoke about Sarifa before, and I feel like we helped her on her pathway as well.
Oh,
She
yeah.
came to those AusMumpreneur Awards and she hadn't written a book before. She hadn't spoken on stage before. And now she's doing big things in the world.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I just feel so
Absolutely.
proud that we're part of her journey. And I know that we can help other women like her
Yeah.
to get started on that journey as well.
And I do love that. And like, it was really funny because that year that I met her, which I think was like 2018, she was just that quiet little woman in the
Mhm.
corner, and she hates me talking about like that quiet little woman. And I went over and spoke to her because no one else was talking to her, and then she told me about life story, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you should write a book. And then the next year, she presented me with the book. She had the book and she'd written it and was so proud of it. And I think that year in 2018, she won one of your gold awards, one of your big
Yeah.
awards. And I kept saying to her, "What's next from here?" So that's probably why now I'm a book judge. And I've been doing because I said to her, "I'll
Yeah.
support you. What else are you
Been
going
there
to do?
right from
I'll
the
support
start.
you."
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, so that
Exactly. And
was
so it's
yeah,
really powerful.
and she nearly didn't come along. So how many women don't nominate, don't come along to
Exactly.
AusMumpreneur, and or like me, think, oh, it's just another women's group? Because as you know, with me, I came along, one of my clients dragged me kind of kicking and screaming because I was like, oh, do I want to go to Melbourne to a conference? And then I walked in and it was all these glamorous young women, and I felt out of place, but they were so warm and welcoming. That was like for 10 seconds, I felt out of place. And then I felt like, where have you been all my life? Um, so, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, and meeting Sarifa down there, and you were a big part of that journey right from the very beginning. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
and then
beautiful
they had,
thing.
and here's a perfect example. They had
Mm,
really bad publishing experiences. She published a book, published
mm,
that. and I have that one here too, Love Your Obstacles. She published that book, had a really bad publishing experience, said to her husband, "You need to publish a book." He published a book with a different publisher, had a bad experience as well. And that was
Mhm.
the only reason that they said, maybe we'll look at helping people publish books. It was never in their mind until they went through that. And you're
Yeah.
part of that. Yeah. So that's
Yeah, it can be
beautiful.
difficult. And that's why we want to do it as a full 12-month program to really support people through the whole process, because I know that that's something lacking often.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we want
And
to
I
make
always,
sure it's a really positive experience and that they feel
yeah.
supported every step of that
Yeah.
journey.
And I always say, like to anybody who's published a book, it's a big business card. You have to treat it as a big business card. So if you leave your business cards in a box
Yeah.
somewhere and you don't go out there and you don't share about your business, then that's where it's going to stay. And the same with your book. You need to get out there and be speaking about it. And then and speak in a way, and I'm sure you'll educate in a way that people want to know more. So they'll buy your book and then they become a voice for you as well, because all of a sudden they've fallen in love with you through your book,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
speaking. Yeah, yeah. So also, you've also got the AusMumpreneur Awards coming up again, and nominations are now open for them.
Yes, they
Um,
are. So nominations are open till the 10th of July. So for anyone listening, if you are an Australian mum in business or you know an amazing mum in business, then please nominate. It's super simple. You just go to osmumpreneur.com. We have a whole range of different categories for service businesses, product businesses, even pre-launch, big idea. We have categories for women in rural and remote parts of Australia, a whole heap of different categories to choose from. And it's all about celebrating Australia's best and brightest mums in business and the work that they're doing and helping to give mums in business opportunities. One of the things that they get when they enter is a press release template that they can fill in, send out to their local media. And we've had people get on TV, we've had people get on the project and on the Today Show as a
yeah,
result of entering the awards and sending out that press release before they've even been announced as winners.
yeah,
You can get
yeah.
media attention and get people listening to your story. And as a business owner, that's what you need. It's marketing. And so I
Mm,
hope everyone out there understands that, yeah, this is such a great opportunity for your business. It's not just about ego or trying to bring home a trophy. It's actually about visibility, promoting your business and reaching a wider audience
yeah,
through the PR and through promoting across social media as well.
yeah.
So
And
great opportunity.
I always say to clients of mine, well, like I'm always big saying awards win grants and funding and procurement. It buys credibility, and it really does. And I always say entering an award is the cheapest form of marketing you will ever get in your business, because it's not just you that's doing the marketing around that, it's a whole movement that's doing that. And Osmum do have that whole movement, like you said. I love saying to people, oh, that's an Osmum brand. That's an Osmum brand. They just don't realize how big
Hmm.
some brands are out there that are Osmum brands and recognizable brands. But the other thing with awards is when they go and do their awards, and funnily enough, I have a friend that shows me a curveball, and she's also an Osmum who's an award-winning Osmum. She runs a networking thing, and she said recently, "Can you come along and talk about something that you don't normally talk about? I want you to talk about being an awards judge, and a bit behind the scenes."
Yeah.
And what people might get out of it. And one of the things that I said, and I always say to my clients is, once you start writing that application and doing it, you look back on how far you've come. So in business, you might just be chugging along and you just don't realize how big you've become, how far you've come along. And like, other than looking at your financials, it's a way of recognizing yourself as well, so that you can be proud of how far you've come and what you've done. And I always say the trophy is just a very small part of it. The trophy, I always say, go to the event, get as many photographs, meet as many other people as possible, network like crazy, because that's where we all love a trophy. I love giving out trophies, and we all love a trophy. But the real value is announcing that you're a finalist. When you become a finalist, announcing you're a finalist, owning every step of the way, networking, using that marketing machine that's going, and getting that PR happening and getting photographs with others, tagging them into it. It can really then snowball your brand. And Osmum does have that ability to, the minute you get to know somebody in the room, they then amplify your brand. They become a voice for you, like, and I do love the, like, it's really interesting. I've said to some new ones that I've brought along at different times, pick the millionaire business and pick the startup. And you cannot in an Osmum room. It's not clicky. You cannot pick who would be the highly successful and who will be a startup. So everybody feels very comfortable. It's a very warm and open and comfortable community, um, where you can all fit in, like introverts and extroverts can fit in as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It is such a beautiful, welcoming community, and it doesn't matter where you're from or what you look like or whether you're an outfits designer or not, but it's not about that. We all connect on that same level. We get it. We're mums, we're running businesses, and we're facing the same kind of challenges. And so it is, yeah, it's such a beautiful community.
Yeah, and I've made some absolutely amazing, wonderful friends there, and I love that. And I love that you guys are in that friendship group of mine as well, that I
Yeah.
never would have had otherwise. So there's that, and then I suppose you'll roll into the Women Changing the World nominations will then happen after that. So, and
Yes, yes.
we'll do another one. I'd love to do another podcast when that's sort of happening and talk more about that international and what's involved there,
Yeah, love that.
because that's pretty exciting. And I've kind of tagged along onto one of those, gone, wow, this is just so much fun, and everybody connects and has lots of fun. Anything else you want to share with us?
Gosh, we've covered so much, but I did want to mention that the AusMumpreneur Awards are happening in Sydney this year. They were in Geelong last year and Melbourne the year before that, but we are back in Sydney and it's
Ooh,
happening on the 16th of September. So please save the date. It's going to be an amazing event for coming together. We'll have the AusMumpreneur Conference as well as the AusMumpreneur Awards happening in Sydney on the 16th of September. So
and the one other
be
thing,
there.
you can do
Yes.
a VIP experience, which I would highly recommend.
Yes.
So,
So the
and that's
VIP
for select
experience.
group. Yep.
Yeah, the VIP experience goes from the 14th to the 16th, and it's a full program of different events and things happening across that time. So we've got our Entrepreneurs High Tea happening, where we'll have a special guest speaker come along. We've got our Masterclass Day as well, where you'll hear from a variety of speakers. We're
Mhm.
doing a beautiful Sydney Harbour cruise as well.
That's great.
And there's a gala dinner. We're doing something different this year, Robin. It's the top 100 gala dinner.
Saw
So
that. I
that's
saw
going to be
that.
really special
Yeah.
night where we're celebrating the top 100 mums in business in Australia. And
Mhm.
then, of course, our conference day where you'll hear from amazing speakers. Then our industry awards that afternoon, followed by a cocktail party celebration. And as well as that, there's a book launch in there as well. We're launching a new anthology called Trust and Transformation, which I know you are going to absolutely love.
Yeah.
25 women who've shared their stories
Yeah.
in Trust and Transformation, launching on the 16th of September in Sydney at the AusMumpreneur Conference. So yeah,
Wow.
lots of excitement happening.
Yeah,
Tickets are on
yeah,
sale at ausmumpreneur.com for that too. So
yeah.
yeah.
And I'll share those links as well.
Oh,
So
thank you. That would be great.
thank thank you for being here. See you, Katie.
Thanks so much.
She's
Thank you, Robin.
quietly around the
So
corner
good.
there. Thank you. I've loved having you. We need to talk more and talk more about loads of other things that's coming your way. But yeah, I'd highly recommend jump on and recommend yourself. You can nominate yourself or you
Mhm.
nominate friends or those in business that you think just need to recognize themselves, even just to give themselves a shout out, because some of the most amazing gold winners have come from someone else giving them a shout out, and them going, I never would have put in for an award, but I did. And then look at them, so
Yeah, it's
that's
changed everything for them. So
yeah,
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 definitely worth putting your hat in the ring for sure.
absolutely. All right. Thank you for being here. I'll
Thanks
see
so
you
much, Robin.
later.
We'll see you next time.
We will. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.